There's a $755 monthly payment sitting inside a loan agreement right now that will cost the average American household more than their entire retirement savings. And the guy who signed it thought he was being responsible. Walk into any Home Depot parking lot on a Saturday morning. You'll see them. Row after row of full-size pickups, beds empty, paint perfect, chrome catching the light. Not a scratch, not a dent, not a single sign that these trucks have ever done truck things. One of them belongs to a guy named Ryan. Ryan is 34, works in IT support for a mid-size insurance company outside of Cincinnati. Makes $78,000 a year. He bought the truck 8 months ago. A base trim Ram 1500, $49,400 before taxes and fees, $53,200 out the door. The salesman called it the smart choice, the responsible option. Ryan put zero down, signed an 84-month loan at 7.2%, and drove home feeling like he'd finally made it. His monthly payment is $812. Ryan does not tow. Ryan does not haul. Ryan drove the truck to Home Depot today to buy 1 bag of mulch and a garden hose. The bed will be empty again by noon. This is not a story about Ryan being foolish. Ryan is not foolish. Ryan is the average American truck buyer in 2026, and that's exactly the problem. Here's the number nobody puts on the sticker. The average transaction price for a new full-size pickup in 2026 is $66,000. Not the loaded Raptor with the carbon fiber trim. The average. The $50,000 truck that the dealership calls the entry-level option represents roughly 63% of the median American household's entire pre-tax annual income. 63%. For one vehicle. That will be worth half of what Ryan paid for it in 5 years, while he's still making payments on it. The loan is just the opening act. Add insurance on a new $50,000 truck, $185 a month. Fuel, because a full-size pickup gets about 18 miles per gallon combined, $275 a month at current prices. Maintenance, tires, registration, another $180 a month, and that's before anything breaks. Total monthly cost of ownership, $1,450. Every month, for 7 years. Ryan takes home about $4,900 a month after taxes. Rent is $1,600. Groceries and utilities run $1,100. Student loan payment, $280. The truck, all in, is $1,450. That's $4,430 of committed spending on $4,900 of income. What's left, $470, is supposed to cover everything else. Car repairs, medical copays, his kid's birthday. The emergency that will absolutely happen sometime in the next 84 months, because emergencies always do. Ryan's savings account has $340 in it. It has had roughly $340 in it for the past 8 months. The number doesn't move because it can't move. The truck won't let it. Now meet his co-worker, James. Same company, same salary, same Cincinnati suburb. James drives a 2020 Toyota Camry he bought used for $19,500. His total monthly transportation cost, loan, insurance, gas, maintenance, is $680. Not $1,450. $680. The $770 difference between Ryan's truck and James's Camry, invested every month in a basic S&P 500 index fund at the historical 8% annual return, becomes $1.1 million over 30 years. That is not a rounding error. That is the actual price of the truck. Not $49,400. Not $53,200. Not even the $68,000 Ryan will pay by the time the loan is done. The real price, the one nobody calculates in the showroom, is over $1 million in compounding wealth that quietly disappears every time Ryan makes his payment. James knows this. James is not driving the Camry because he can't get approved for the truck. James got the same pitch Ryan did. Same salesman. Same magic question. What kind of monthly payment are you comfortable with? James asked a different question back. What does this actually cost me over 7 years? The salesman pivoted to the leather seat upgrade. James left. Here's what the auto industry figured out a long time ago and built an entire business model around. people don't buy vehicles on price. They buy vehicles on monthly payment. And monthly payment is the most effective financial illusion ever invented because it takes a $68,000 decision and turns it into an $812 decision. It takes a 7-year commitment and makes it feel like a Netflix subscription. 30% of new truck loans in 2026 run between 73 and 84 months. 7 years. For context, in 7 years, Ryan will have gone through 2 phones, 3 laptops, possibly a job change, possibly a move, possibly a kid starting school. The truck will still want its $812. The truck doesn't care about any of that. The truck has one setting, and the truck is not the problem. Not exactly. The problem is what the truck represents. Because Ryan didn't buy transportation. Ryan bought a signal. A full-size pickup in 2026 says something in a way a Camry simply doesn't. It says capable. It says established. It says I've arrived at a version of American life where I can afford this. The commercials have been saying it for 30 years. The country songs say it. The guy at the tailgate says it. The Chrome says it every morning in the driveway when Ryan backs out at 6 a.m. The truck says all of it for $1,450 a month. What nobody says, not the salesman, not the commercial, not the cousin who bought the same truck last year, is that the signal is costing Ryan his 60s. Every month, the truck takes $1,450. That is money that will never compound, never grow, never become the thing that lets Ryan retire before his body forces him to. 8 months in, Ryan's truck is worth $41,000. His loan balance is $48,300. He is $7,300 underwater. He owns something he cannot sell without writing a check at the closing. The truck is worth less than he owes, and it is 3 years newer than James's car. So here's the honest answer to the question nobody in the dealership will give you. Under standard financial guidelines, 20% down, 4-year loan, total transportation costs under 10% of gross income. You need to earn approximately $150,000 a year to responsibly own a $50,000 truck. That is the top 15% of American household earners. Not the top 1%. Not hedge fund managers. Upper middle class, dual income, professionally stable households with no major debt and a real down payment. Ryan makes $78,000. He was approved anyway. Because approved and can afford it are 2 completely different calculations, and only one of them shows up on the paperwork. The bank's job is not to protect Ryan's retirement. The bank's job is to get paid. The dealership's job is not to protect Ryan's savings rate. The dealership's job is to move inventory. The only person in that building whose financial future depended on Ryan making the right decision was Ryan. And Ryan was looking at Chrome. Before you sign anything, do one calculation the dealership will never do for you. Take the total monthly cost, loan, insurance, fuel, maintenance, registration. Multiply by 84. That's what the vehicle actually costs. Then ask what that same number, invested monthly, becomes in 30 years. The truck will still be there when you finish the math. The question is whether you still want it after you see the number. Ryan is going to find out the answer in about 6 years. James already knows his.